Being new in a job right now, it's appropriate that week 24 of 52 weeks of meaningful connections is titled Roll Out the Welcome Wagon. I have messages for 3 different audiences today coming directly from my experience of being in week 5 of a new job. So the first message is for the hiring manager. So I was pleasantly surprised when I showed up on my first day in my new role to a tray of trinkets and treats that upon closer examination, I looked up and I said, oh my gosh, my new boss has been reading my blog. Which, hello, if your new associate writes a blog, you probably want to read that. But in that moment, I said, oh my gosh, not only does someone here care about me, but they care enough to learn about the things that I'm excited about and I do. And it was displayed right there for me on the first day of work. So take a second during your interview process and as you're getting to know that new associate to figure out how you can make that first day of work, that welcome experience, meaningful for them. Because guess what? That little bit of showing that you care will go a long way when they are feeling overwhelmed or don't know what to do. They'll feel comfortable coming to you and being honest about where they need the help. The second message is for the new coworkers and colleagues who surround the new associate. And I'll keep this one really short. Take the initiative and go introduce yourself. This new associate, I have no idea what this feels like, but this new associate is overwhelmed, and it's so welcome and so nice for you to come forward, introduce yourself, talk about how you might work together, what your role is, and perhaps even a few tidbits about you personally would be a great way to break the ice with the new associate. And finally, the third audience I'm speaking to is the new associate yourself. And in order to drive this point home, I'll tell a story about this past Monday. So in my new office environment, we have the low cubicle walls. And to my left, I share a cubicle wall with 2 women. We did the surface level, hi, my name is, introductions when I first started, but beyond that, we have had very, very limited interaction. And as someone who would like to have a casual chit-chat every once in a while, I decided that I wanted to change this. So Monday, when I came into work, I set my bag down and I said, ladies, we've sat by one another for a month and I don't know anything about you. So how about every week we share something about ourselves with one another to get to know one another better. We had a wonderful conversation. They didn't know much about the team I'm a part of and what we do, so I was able to share my elevator pitch about the work. And guess what? The rest of this week, there's been a lot more conversation or chit-chat or just smiles and waves of hello. So if you're new in a role and you don't feel like you're making those connections, take the initiative and start building them yourself. The first weeks on a job are critical to making sure an associate feels like they belong to that team and that they can make a meaningful contribution. So do your part and help the new associate form those meaningful connections. And if you're the new associate, take the initiative to go build them yourself. Take a look at the blog to see where the original inspiration for this post came from, and then let me know below what you do to help others feel welcome when they're new on your team. Have a terrific week, and we'll be back here next week.